I'm going to show you how to make the mallet head at this time. So the first thing I'll do is go here to Onshape. I've got my new sketch ready to go. my new part studio. And here are the dimensions that I need to make for my sketch. You can see it's going to be a rectangle, 3 inches long and 0.875 tall. And then I'm going to put in these curves next. So I'm going to start my new sketch here. I suggest using the rectangle tool instead of the line tool. I also want to hide all my planes, and then I'm just going to make a rectangle here, and that was 3 across and 0.875 tall. Now I like to look at my sketches from the front here. Escape my rectangle. The next thing I need to do is make some these curve shapes, and I've found that using the circle tool instead of the arc tool is much easier. So you can see the diameter should be 0.35. So I'm going to make a circle. Make sure you click on this bottom line here. 0.35. Make a circle over here. 0.35. Now it says 0.5 inches from the edge. So I'll use the dimension, 0.5, dimension here. All right, now the next thing I need to do is get rid of the rest of this circle so that it becomes an arc. So what I'm going to do is use the trim tool, and if you just click the bottom of the circle and then click these lines, they will disappear. And now I'm left with that nice arc shape. So now I can finish my sketch. I don't like having the origin here, so I'm going to go ahead and hide that. And next you're going to use the revolve tool. And if you just click this square right here that says revolve axis, and then click your top edge. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Hang on one second. Click inside your shape. Then click your revolve axis, click the top edge, and now I've got my mallet head shape. Now I don't like these square corners here on the outside. I just think a rounded off corner will look a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and use the fillet tool, which gives edges a rounded off shape. Here, click the right edge here. Make sure it's at 0.1. And now I've got a much nicer, sleeker look to the mallet head. All right, the next thing I need to do is put a hole in here. Now, since it's a cylinder shape, it's a little bit trickier to do this part. So what you want is to click on the plane tool, but you're going to need to find the one that says... Oh, sorry, I have to do it later. So first thing I do is click plane. Now make sure that this part here says tangent. That's very important. And then just click the middle of your mallet, and if I turn this to the side, you can see that the plane is at the edge of the mallet head. That's very important. That's right where you want it. And so I'm going to turn this back. And the next thing I need to do, finish my plane. Now I'm going to make a sketch, and you just simply click the plane here. And then I'm just going to put a point on my plane. So I'm going to click the point, and then just kind of guess the middle. Just kind of get it close to the middle and put a point there. Okay, now I'm going to escape the point. Now I'm going to use my dimension tool to get that perfectly centered. So if I click here and make sure I click the far edge, that should be 1.5. Now, in order to use the top edge here, since it's a cylinder again, I have to do an extra step, and that is this tool right here that has the little cube here, and you want it to say, make sure it says use. You want use. Then you can click the top edge here, and that way you can use it to dimension. If you don't do that part, it won't let you dimension because technically that's not an edge. There's a curve right there. So now I can use my dimension with my point and that line, and that should be 0.875. And now my point is perfectly in the middle of my mallet head. let me think here. Okay, that's it for the sketch. So I'm going to finish off my sketch. Now you use the hole tool, which is right here, hole, and you click your point. And then there's some settings over here that we're going to have to change. So check these here. This should say tapped, straight tap, 1/4, 20 TPI, none. Now we want to change our thread here to 0.625. Okay. We're going to keep that at 0.875, keep that at 0.625. Click your check. And now you have a hole, and you can see that it's threaded right there. So even though you won't see it, that's how you can do the threading, so that when we thread the handle, it'll fit right in that mallet head. So to finish off your mallet head, I would just right-click on the plane, hide all planes, and then go ahead and color your mallet head and show me when you're all done.